welcome to part 2. This is Molly and I am recording a makeup tutorial for you on my basic look that I go for on a normal day. Now if you watched part 1, which I will put a link somewhere on this screen right now for you to click on if you haven't seen part 1 and you want to know what I do to prep my face for makeup on an everyday basis, watch that video first, then come back. So now I'm ready to begin the makeup. I will take a primer, and I have tried a few primers and my favorite so far has been the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. And I draw lines basically on my face. I just put it all over my face. This is just what I do when I put primer on, so yeah. And then just rub it in. So after you have that on your face, I just have to let it sit there for a little bit and absorb. So what I'm going to go in now is I'm going to go in with my Eclipse palette, which I got in my October BoxyCharm. Ta-da! And the ones that I use the most are this green one right here and this yellow one up here. Okay, so I take a small brush. This is just a Real Techniques base shadow brush. And I'm going to be using the green. And what the green one does is it helps combat redness. It just kind of helps neutralize the red color. Now I'm going to go in and I use the yellow shade. It's like the really yellow shade. And I use that right underneath my eyes to help conceal that a little bit better before I put on my actual concealer. And this is one eye compared to the other one. This is what it looks what it looks like when I have the yellow under both eyes. And again, it brightens up my entire under eye area, and I just love that about this. Now I'm starting to look like an actual human being. So now my face is ready for foundation. I like to use the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation. This is in light 44. I love it so much. And all you need of this is one pump. So I just take it and I pump it. Excuse me. Just take my finger and I dot it around my face. That's Corky in the background. And Coco's next to him. So then if you saw my brushes video, I talked about this brush. I got it off of Amazon, and it's just a flat top brush. And it's been amazing for foundation, so I use it for that. And that just gives me a really nice base to work with. It makes everything even in one color. My favorite part of my routine has to be my foundation because I just love the way it makes my skin look. So then I go in and I cover up the under eyes a little bit better. I like to use this Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles by Maybelline. But if you can see, I go down and then up. And then make sure I get up in here, because this tends to be a little bit red or purple. You can kind of see the veins, which is not cool. So after that is on, you can kind of see it in there. I promise I'll be getting a better light soon. This is literally a desk light pointed at the wall to reflect. And then I take another brush. This is again one I mentioned in my brushes video. It's one that I got off Amazon. Again, $4 or $5, and I love it. If you can see, it's like angled and it's perfect for getting under the eye. So I use this to help put the concealer in place a little better and blend it out on my cheeks. And it makes it look really nice. Now I'm taking a powder to set everything with. This is one by Artistry, and it is in the shade Light, and it's called the Perfecting Loose Powder. So then I take, this is a Morphe brush. I actually got this in one of my BoxyCharms. So this is the one I use. It's a powder brush, and it's really good. And just take a light amount of this. You don't want to go too heavy because then you'll get cake face. Cake face is not fun. Basically, how you know if an area is good or not, you touch it. And like up here, I can feel it's still a little sticky. You want it to feel smooth. That's how you know that it's been set. The only thing that's hard to do with this brush is get in right on my under eye. So I just take a smaller, pointier brush, and this is the Essential Foundation Brush by Real Techniques. It can be used for like anything. And I just put some powder on there, and I'll put it right on under my eye to help set the powder. Set the concealer, not the powder. Once everything is set with powder, you are ready to move on to whatever step that you want to do next. So what I like to use for contouring is Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. You can use this as an all over bronzer as well, but I like to use it for contouring. So I have this angled brush. It's from a set that I got a while ago. It's just called Angled Contour Brush. Nothing fancy. Just take some and that's good. You want to go, try to make like, and then you go right along that line. And then after that, I like to go in with a blush. And then I just take a Real Techniques brush. This is actually the contour brush. I'll take myself. So now I'm going to go in with a highlighter. And I have been using another product by TheBalm. This is MaryLouManizer. The shimmery shade. I like to highlight the highest point in my nose. Just highlight the tip. I take some and I put it right on top of my cheekbone. Wow. Such highlight. On the bridge of your nose. So that is that. I like to use Anastasia, Beverly Hills DipBrow, and this is still in blonde from when I was blonde. And then I am taking a Real Techniques brow brush. Just get some on your brush. So I just like to do a really natural, and I don't like to start at the front of my brow. I like to start a little bit towards the middle because I like to have it just fade into like a natural. And then I'm going to do the other side. It makes a huge difference when I do my brows. I like to move on to doing your eyes, and today I'm going to be using my Lorac Pro 2 palette, and I'm going to be using the Lorac Behind the Scenes eye primer. I just take a little bit of my finger and dab it around my eye. This is the palette I will be using today, and I'm going to be using an eyeshadow brush that I got out of one of my Ipsy subscription bags, and one side is like a dense brush. This is really good for doing either your inner corner or if you're going to do something under your eye. And then this side is just a regular flat eyeshadow brush, but it's probably my favorite brush that I have right now. In the Lorac Pro 2, I'm going to be using 4 shades for my entire eye. It's something pretty simple that anyone can do, and even if you don't have this palette, just the colors that I'll be pointing out are just general neutral colors. For the first color I'm going to be using, the second one right here is light brown. There's the dog and the kitten, and I'm going to be putting that in my crease. And then once you have it in your crease, you're going to want to start blending it out a little bit. And you should end up with something around this line. And I'm going to do that on the other eye real quick. So once you have that on, I like to go in with this color right down here. It's Nectar. And it's just like a pinky, dusty rose kind of color. And I'm just going to put that right in the crease, a little bit above, right in here, closer to your brow bone. And I just think is a really nice transition shade to help blend it out a little bit. Now you have something that looks similar to this. So after those shades have been placed, I like to go in and take this shade down here. It is Rose, a shimmery champagne-y kind of color. And I'm going to pop that right on my lid. I like to do mattes in the crease and then a shimmer on the lid just to really bring it out, and I think it just looks really pretty. If you want to go a little bit more smoky, I suggest going back into the light brown and putting that right on your outer corner, and that just creates a little bit more depth. To highlight my brow bone and the inner corner, I like to take this lightest shade, and if you can kind of see, I've already hit pan on it, and it is a buff. It's all the way in the upper corner. And I'm just going to take that and highlight my brow bone. And then right in the inner corners. So now you should have something similar to this. If you want to make it a little more dramatic, you can take light brown again, and I'm putting it on the dense end of this brush. And I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put it right under my lower lash line. And if you want to make it look like not so much dead, you will take the other end of the brush and just smoke it out a little bit. And that's going to be it for the eyeshadow. And now we're going to go into the liner. I'm going to stick to the browns in this look. I'm going to go in with the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. The color on it is dark brown. So I'm going to go in with this and I'm going to line my upper lash line and then take it out into a little bit of a wing. So you can see I just took it out and made it a slight wing at the end. Not too dramatic. Okay, so that is what it looks like when you have the liquid eyeliner on. And I just did a little wing on each side. And now I'm going to go in and put some mascara on. Lately I've been using this one that I got for free actually from Influencer. And it's the Rimmel ScandalEyes Rockin Curves. And I like it because the brush is so different looking. It's so cool. So yeah, I'm just going to put mascara on really quick. This is what it looked like when I have my eyes all finished. Last but not least, we're just going to put some lip color on. And I have been loving the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipstick, and this is Lovecraft. So I'm just going to pop this on real quick. And on here the color looks a little more pink, but really it's like a purpley, like a darker purple pinkish, but it's really natural looking. And I just like how it looks with this. And for this, I usually tend to not put any eyeliner on. It makes it a little too heavy. But if you want something a little bit more dramatic and intense, I would suggest either putting dark brown or black eyeliner on the top and the bottom waterline. That would just make it really intense. But I wanted to keep it kind of more natural, a little more toned down. And if you have any kind of questions, feel free to let me know. I hope you enjoyed my first ever makeup tutorial. Please let me know down below in the comment box what you thought about this video, if you have any other ideas, suggestions, if anything else you want me to show you, because now I can start filming over here at my vanity. Also, like this video if you liked it, and feel free to subscribe. I will be having a couple more videos out this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.